Hello, welcome to
She's
Diva
the
of DOOL
diva.
Lives. You can join us
So are the
here on
days
Riverside
of
at
our
divaofduool.riverside.com. Especially if you have any Pat Muldoon stories you would like to
lives.
share, please set up an account and tell us your story. And also, you could leave messages for us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter if you want to share any stories about Pat. Twitter at Diva of DOOL, Facebook Diva of Days of Our Lives, YouTube Diva of DOOL 541, and Instagram Diva_of_DOOL. I'm sorry. That'd be okay. But if you guys want to start and talk about Pat,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I remember having him on for an interview, and I'm not even sure exactly when that was, but he was one of our better interviews.
Yeah.
If I
Yeah.
or one of the best, one of the more fun interviews, I guess you could say too.
Oh my God.
I
We
enjoyed.
had that one that was epic where he was a different character. Was he playing like
Yeah,
he
He's
was
Austin.
yeah, we laughed so hard. He's
Yeah.
yeah,
sending hugs. I know you had a great connection with
to,
him
right.
and
You had like a more of
that's
a closer
special.
connection
Yeah.
that I met him. I met him once, and that was a quick in 2011 with him and Christy Clark at Day
Oh.
of Days. Very nice, and out. But
Yeah.
yeah, other than that, that's really, you know, I didn't have any more personal contact with him
Yeah.
than that.
I think we did 4 interviews with Pat
Okay.
total. Was I think I did a quickie one that Day set up too.
Ooh, okay, remember those.
Yeah. And I think you guys did a Day of Days ones with him too. I believe. I'll have to check, but I think there's 4 total.
There might have been a Day of Days, maybe when Sherry and because
Carrie
I
and
don't remember a day. I don't know, or maybe I did. I know. I thought I only met him once, but yeah, it might have been Sherry and Carrie that did
Carol.
the with him. Yeah, but I don't know.
We kind of connected on Twitter back in 2011, 2012, and we have similar sense of humor, and
Yeah.
it was funny. That was kind of back when celebrities were still posting on Twitter. Like when Instagram came, a lot of them pretty much ditched, even though people are just as negative on Instagram, which is
Yeah.
rude. I don't think people should mean tweet actors, and I don't think you should leave negative comments on someone's Instagram. If you don't like someone, just ignore them. It's not that hard.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I very rarely, like, I think past, I don't know, 14, 15 years I've been on Twitter. I've probably been in 2 or 3 spats. It's very easy to not get into one. But I remember one exchange we had. We were joking around about invading Canada. Like it's And, people who know me, I'm a bit of a shit talker. I like saying stuff that's outrageous because I think it's funny. And I made a joke like, yeah, let's invade Canada and we're going to get rid of the metric system and kidnap Justin Bieber or something. I think he was the big Canadian back then. It was just, we were just talking shit and he was, like agreeing with me. And his saying, I see people were quoting him on Twitter, used to say, "We ride." And he said that about the Canada thing. And I remember someone was giving me a hard time about the metric system. And I'm like, I'm just joking. We're not we're not invading Canada. We're not getting rid of the metric system. It was a joke, you know what I mean? But so that was kind of our sense of humor. And I remember this one time he went boxing. And he's always done that since he was on Days. And I just sensed something was wrong. So I sent him a message. I said, "Are you okay?" And he said something like, "Oh, basically he got his ass kicked and he's sore." So I kind of picked up there was something going on there with his text. He wasn't saying it, but and then so I haven't unlocked my DMs. I guess they switched it over to a chat, and I never really looked at them since I got switched over. So I went through our DMs, and he kept calling me darling, which is real cute. And he was making jokes. Said Christy, when we had that joint interview with Christy, Christy said something like she's not feeling well. So she wanted him to do most of the talking. And he said, "Oh, is she going to be calling from her toilet?" So that was Pat's sense of humor. But yeah, that was the whole Abigail storyline. And I know a lot of that was Anna was goading him on and asking him questions, asking about, Abigail, and what do you think about Abigail being after you? And he's like, "No, not that sweet. No, Abigail would never do that." Like he was in on the joke that Austin wasn't the smartest person in the world. That's one thing that bothered me about Austin Peck. This Austin Peck is very serious about Austin Reed. He thinks he really does think Austin Reed's a genius, and Pat didn't betray it that way. Like, Pat was cool with playing the dumbass, you
Yeah.
know? And I remember,
Yeah.
I think Anna brought it up to him too. We were talking about the scrapbooking that Austin did for Carrie. Do you guys remember that story?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that cracked me up too. And he said he improvised, like, putting that sticker or whatever on his forehead. Like, he thought the scrapbooking thing was kinda stupid too. Because I don't know a single man who's ever made a scrapbook
Yeah.
or even put together a photo album back, like, before stuff was digital. I don't know a single man who's ever done that ever. That's always been stuck as a woman's job to do, like, for your kids or, for your husband to or you putting your wedding album together or whatever. I do not know of a single man that's ever done that. Pat had a big year coming. He said did he shot 3 films. They're all coming out. Actually, Denise Richards posted she's doing press for their movie this week, and she said yeah, because he
Oh,
was even
hard.
Denise is devastated, so I don't even know how she's gonna get through this.
'Cause they've been friends since they were, like, 19 or something, right?
Yeah,
1921 or so.
yeah, she was 19, he was 21, they were in the same acting class, and then, eventually they started, Starship Troopers together, and then dated for 5 years and broke up and stayed friends for 30 some years, and that's
Wow.
extraordinary.
Yeah, especially in that business and with all that drama.
Yeah, yeah, and Charlie Sheen too, but
Yeah.
Charlie basically forbade their friendship,
Mm.
but she wasn't married to Charlie that long. But, yeah, I was kinda surprised. Well, Pat was on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when Denise was on.
Mm.
So, I mean, she was a good friend to him too, like, she was pulling him in a lot of her projects,
Mhm.
and of course, Pat also knew, Lisa Rinna. Lisa was on the show back then too, which
Oh, yeah.
and
Brother.
Pat never commented on it, but Lisa was friends with Denise too, and she completely
Completely.
stabbed Denise in the back on Beverly Hills because there was a rumor Denise had an affair and Lisa was nailing her on it. And so Denise was on for 2 years, and then last year, a year before, she had her other show on Bravo, Denise Richards and Her Wild Things, and Pat was on there too. And they showed them shooting a music video for his song. So you can find his music if anybody's interested on Spotify. It's, Sleeping Masses and I think Muldoon and Ives. So yeah, he's actually have a lot of his songs on Spotify. They're really good. So I recommend it. Yeah, he was lead singer, guitar player.
Very multi-talented,
Yeah.
more than people probably realized in a lot of ways.
Yeah, yeah.
And, and that really says a lot that they remained friends for so many years and kind of had each other's backs, both in business and in personal life,
Mhm.
because there was a lot of drama around, all of that. And so it's like the fact that they stayed says a lot about their friendship and about them as people,
Yeah.
especially Pat, I think. I think it was quite a shock. It was quite a shock. You were the first person I thought of when I saw the news. It was like in the middle of the night, and I was just like,
Mm.
my gosh.
Yeah, I saw it at work on like lunch. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found out as Anna texted. I saw it first thing in the morning.
I was just so shocked. I was just like, oh my gosh. And then I was like, is this really true?
Yeah, because he seemed like he was very healthy and maintained a, healthy lifestyle. I wonder if
Yeah.
he knew anything was wrong.
No, his family didn't know either.
But sometimes a lot of people don't know until,
Yeah,
they don't have any signs
no, he had no
of
well,
being
that's the
sick.
thing, his sister said he was doing jujitsu. That's not,
Mm.
like, something for wusses, that's pretty hardcore stuff. That's, mixed martial
Wow.
arts. That's something you would see, you know, Joe Rogan would officiate a match like that, I mean? This is hardcore stuff, and they said he just had coffee with his girlfriend in the morning, said he was gonna take a shower, and she noticed he was in the shower too long, and she found him on the floor,
Oh
and
my
they couldn't
gosh.
revive him. So,
Ugh.
yeah, that's a lot. But and then, the day before, he was at an art gallery, and he shot a video, and he was real close with his family, and they had a group chat, and he was his sister posted it, Shannon Muldoon, oh god, what's her last name? Zappa, and he's perfectly fine, he's talking about a painting, you know? It's yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, and he announced too, I think the day or two before, he's gonna be executive producer of a movie that's filming now in Australia with Chris Helmsworth and I think Alec Baldwin. So we're talking a major, major movie.
And he was doing what? What
He
gonna
was
be
the
doing?
executive producer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had just, like, one day earlier had just posted something about that,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
was like it was yeah.
He had this I saw only one negative comment. It's like, why are people making a big deal? But I mean, it was all over the news. And like, oh, he had a few roles in the 90s. What's the big deal? And it's like, no, this guy has worked consistently this entire time. And the thing is too, he had a lot of friends. I mean, a lot. I've never
Yeah.
seen someone eulogized like that on Instagram in particular. Everybody's just saying, hey, he was my friend, and everybody's on videos and pictures of him, being silly or singing and playing guitar and the normal Pat stuff. Pat, he just connected with people very easily. And he treated everybody like they were his friend and he knew you forever. Like he was just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he wasn't reserved. You could definitely say he's extrovert. There was an intimacy there, like felt
Right.
like he was.
He made everybody feel special,
Yes, yes.
and he genuinely felt that way. I mean, he
No,
had that capacity, it sounds like, just
yeah, there was Lauren posted Coslow posted some great stuff. Brian Datillo did an
yeah.
interview about it. Deidre, Allison, Christy, Galen. So yeah, there was quite a bit. Eric Monsell. Yeah, there was quite a bit of tribute. Wally Kurth. So yeah, there was a
Uh-huh.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely
Yeah, I was not expecting that. If you guys don't have anything else, we can move on to the Kate update, but that's all I had to say about that.
well, I'm just feeling for you because I know that there was that special Pat relationship, it's like and that's hard. I mean, and you've been a dedicated, very supportive, cheerleader for him for decades, and
Yeah.
so it's that's a yeah, so
He came
I'm
back
s
the days, that was just so awesome. It
Yeah.
really was.
uh-huh.
And I remember him saying too that he told me, he said, "I love Galen, but I can't stand Rafe."
Yeah.
I can relate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, everybody kinda loves Galen, and we all kinda wish Rafe was more like Galen, but basically, Rafe kinda made Austin a
Yeah.
cuck, to be blunt about it,
Yeah.
you know?
Was his last time, was that, when he was on Salem? Was that the when he was on? He came back for that? The Beyond Salem ones?
I don't remember if he was on Beyond.
With
I know Austin Peck was on one of the Beyond Salems.
yeah, but I think he was on another one too. I thought he came back for one of those.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he just he was not happy with the whole Carrie, affair with Rafe thing. He was not happy about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Neither were
Not
we.
happy about
Yeah. Oh, I
that is
saw Kate,
right.
yeah, and Kate Mansi posted too, and
I didn't
she's
see some of these. I saw Lauren's, but I'll have to go back and see and we'll
yeah,
look
yeah,
at
there's
some
Yeah.
of
there's a lot on, Instagram. Mostly everybody's putting it on Instagram, and she said the whole Austin Abigail storyline started because the writers noticed their friendship.
Oh,
So, yeah, so yeah. So that's what's nice about you have writers actually in the same room as actors, and you can see who has chemistry that you could use on the show. Like because a lot of these writers are writing virtually, or they're not even in the same state. Some of them are writing from New York. It's like, well, you're missing the chemistry. Some people do have natural chemistry.
Yeah.
It is what it is,
Mhm.
you know. So, yeah, she said that's how Austin and Abby started. So, yep, they just noticed their friendship.
that's really interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, and she shared a video. I've seen it before. They were both wearing facial masks.
Mhm.
And she said, "Yeah, we're gonna watch Beyonce's Lemonade," and he's like, "Nuh-uh, we're gonna watch Led Zeppelin. Song remains the same." Like, he's acting like
That's
he was
funny.
embarrassed that he was gonna watch Beyonce. And it was cute because I think they were talking about Christy because he said made a comment like, "Oh, Carrie, wish you were here." So I'm thinking he was talking about Christy. And that's the thing too. Brian Datillo said that Patrick always called him Lucas and never called him Brian.
So maybe when he was pretending to be Austin that whole time. Maybe he was just confused. It was funny. Well, the more you talk about it, the more I'm thinking what a huge hole this loss has left for not just the Days family, but I mean, a lot of the coworkers, a lot of his, castmates, of course. I mean, I know Lauren was sad about that. And I mean, even if they don't work together consistently recently, they all, so many of them have a long past with him. And then I just think he strikes me as one of those bigger than life kind of guys where he's just a character. He's just one of those characters, but he's
And he
not
was so
mean.
much more than Days, too.
But he was not mean spirited about it. He was not a mean. He was like just a
Mhm.
nice, funny, very talented guy who a lot of people probably didn't realize the depth of his talents.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah, the people were saying he has a serious side that you'd have to get to know him to get to, but,
yeah.
you see the videos and stuff of him, he's the life of the party. He's the one
Mhm.
who's singing and dancing and playing guitar and, making jokes. That was Pat.
But he also had depth to him that probably his character didn't have on Days.
Well, yeah, people still know him from Saved by the Bell. He was only on a couple
Yep.
episodes.
Oh, that's right.
And
Yeah.
he was on 2 episodes of Who's the Boss? That was his first acting gig. Alyssa Milano actually posted about Pat's death.
Gosh.
And, that's, like, crazy. It's like, I mean, he was only on 2 episodes. I mean, and then
Wow, that's really interesting. Huh.
Tori Spelling posted, she was an ex-girlfriend too. You have to give a guy credit who has that many friends that were ex-girlfriends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stayed
Because a
friends.
lot Yeah, because, they're like, "Hey, this didn't work out, fine, but you're still cool, and I was still" you know what I mean? Still wanna be friends with you, and
Right.
mean it. Because a lot of times you break up with someone and it's bad, and you don't yeah, so he was friends with Tori. Tori said they went out to dinner. She did a podcast with Denise, and Pat called in, and Tori said that Pat and nickname for her and her nickname for him was Fuckface.
Well, yeah.
And, yeah, and Denise and Pat used to be on Twitter all the time, and they always called each other "sweet baby." That was their thing.
No.
So, yeah, he always had nicknames for people, and let's see, the Melrose Place people, a lot of them made comments about his death too.
Yeah.
Oh, and Starship Troopers, and, he used to do basically the Comic Cons with them, like the whole
Aw.
yeah, that show is a cult classic if anybody's never seen it.
I've never seen it.
No, I've never
Yeah.
seen it.
I would recommend seeing it, just to see, Pat in it, and it's funny. It's kind of a farcical movie about basically the United States being at war with, insects from a different planet.
Oh.
Yeah, it has a deeper level to it, though, and I remember we were interviewing Pat about it. I guess he didn't realize it was a bit of a parody until he saw it in the theater. He said they didn't know when they were filming it. I said, "Pat, are you sure that everybody didn't know? Or was it just you? You didn't know it was a parody?" And that's the thing, he has a good sense of humor. Right? You could pick on him like that. You know what I mean? Some people would get offended, but clearly I was joking. Neil Patrick Harris was in that movie, Denise Richards. You can see it anywhere. It's a cult classic, but the whole cast actually does. They were going to events honoring the movie. Yeah, they do. Yeah, I'd say at least once a year. They went to Germany once because they were honoring the movie in Germany. Yeah, that movie's a big deal. Yeah, it was a huge hit. So he was real tight with that cast. So yeah. And then lately he did a lot of Hallmark movies too with Denise. Yeah. So yeah, he's got 3 movies coming out this year. Yep. All right. Okay. Well, do you want to talk about Kate? She was
Sure.
lying this week. Lying.
Can you guys hear the storm in the background? Because I don't want to be annoying with that. If
Mm-mm.
it's
I don't
okay.
hear anything.
Okay.
I
All
don't
right.
hear anything.
It's really storming here. So from what I know, she was on Wednesday. Is that the only day she was on? Was it just that one episode?
I think so.
Because
Yeah.
I only saw a little bit of Thursday, Friday. But anyway, so that was the day that it's really loud right now. That was the day that basically Johnny and Roman were talking. And then Kate walks up, and you could tell they were both pissed at her. and,
Yeah.
and Johnny's like, I have nothing to say. And he walks off. And Roman I mean, you could tell he was pretty disgusted, and he doesn't believe her that he basically was like, "You're gonna tell me you didn't help set him up? I mean, come on, you know?" And she's denied it. She lied straight to his face, and then they brought up, what was the situation before
Lucas.
with what? Oh, yeah, Lucas, when Lucas kidnapped Sammy,
Yeah.
and he said, "Look, you knew about that. My daughter didn't know whether she's gonna live or die. I didn't know who had kidnapped her, and you knew it was Lucas." And she's like, "I didn't know till after she was home, and she and Lucas were reunited, and they were happy. I didn't know until then. So I did keep it a secret for me to protect Lucas." But she's like, "I didn't know while she was being held hostage." And so, that was fair. I thought that was fair. But anyway, so he's just not a happy camper right now. He's not believing her. And didn't he say something like, if I were to if I were to look into this, would I find? I mean, he almost sounded like he was going to do an investigation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
don't think they could prove anything. I don't really know how they could prove anything.
yeah. I
There's
don't
really
either,
no way to prove it.
unless they get Xander. I mean,
Yeah,
Marlena. Well, that's a whole other angle. Marlena's not believing him either, and she's
yeah.
upset.
But
But
Kate's name was brought up, even though she wasn't on in that segment.
Yeah.
Kate's name was brought up quite a bit.
Yep.
okay, I haven't
Yeah.
seen that part.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so you
Okay.
can share that if you want. I didn't. I was trying
And
to
that was
watch, and
today. Yeah,
what's that?
that was today. Marlene and Xander, wasn't it?
Friday or
Yeah,
Friday's
Fridays. I'm sorry, Fridays. My days are.
Friday's episode.
That's because I just
Um.
watched it today.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So anyway, it's gonna I don't know if they're gonna drag this on and if they're going to I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think this is gonna become a bigger thing? I mean, because what I'm thinking, Roma's pretty lucky to have Kate in his corner and have him as his wife. So I'm thinking he really shouldn't investigate it too hard because she could always say, but she did make the comment. She said something, Roman, "I'm always going to protect my family. I'm always going to look out for my family." And then she said, "But we're married, so that means your family is my family." So she was lying still during that.
Yeah.
But she was
So
basically
that was
going to
Big
say,
Johnny her family though
because
too.
he was like, "Well, you're looking out for Titan." He goes, "I know that's Phillips, your son's company,
Mhm.
and all, and Victor, and you had a lot of investment in that, all that." So I get it that you're trying to, help Titan, but at the expense of Johnny, that's what I just can't, basically he just can't get over. Neither can we. I love Kate, but I'm like, Kate, what were you thinking? Especially, I mean, the thing of it is, Xander ended up going behind the scenes and pulling out money from the old dirty funds fund.
Yep.
And so why didn't he just do that to begin with? Why
From the
didn't they
beginning.
just do that?
Right.
Because we wouldn't have had this story. And I'm
Woman
glad
had
Kate
this.
I'm
Yeah.
glad Kate has had some
Gave her
story with it,
story.
even though I don't like the way they wrote it, and I don't think that it's really true to her literal character. I mean, she's done undermining things before, but usually, I don't know. I don't want to make a blanket statement because there's probably stories where she is, but she's usually pretty good about family, and she views Johnny as family. I mean, he's definitely their grandson, as a married couple, and she's known him his whole life. I mean, he was born as the other twin of her granddaughter. So I don't know, or yeah, granddaughter. So I don't know. It's just that the whole storyline annoyed me, but I did like that she was conspiring with Xander. I thought that was fun, but I don't like the way it panned out. So I don't know. I don't know if they're going to carry this out, if this is going to be a bigger thing, because Marlena's over there saying, "Xander, if you lie to me, our deal is off and I'm not going to I'm not going to be your therapist anymore. That's our agreement." So, and I didn't see some of those scenes, but because I fast forwarded through some things just to kind of get a quick idea because I fell asleep and didn't have time to finish. But I think I don't know. I don't know where that's going. I don't know if it's going to become a bigger story or if it's just gonna be like, okay, this happened. They have their little argument and then it goes poof. I don't know. So,
Mhm.
because it could become a bigger and bigger story, but then on the other hand, what's the point in a way at this point? You
Mhm.
know, I mean, obviously Titan and Demira are going to be locked in a legal battle, but at this point, the mortgage has already been paid, or that balloon loan payment or whatever it was that was so concerning. I mean, I'm kind of thinking the way those things run, it's usually like next month. So what's next month's problem
You was
going to
gonna
be?
say, is there more?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
next?
Was
What's
that just
next
1
month's?
month? Was that just one? They
Yeah,
didn't pay it off,
but
right?
maybe it was more like a balloon payment or something
Yeah, I don't think
like
they
that's
paid it off. Yeah.
not as unusual, or not as normal as a monthly thing.
How much money is in that crooked, in
Well,
that dirty
yeah.
fund,
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah.
yeah.
Doesn't sound
Anyways,
like Johnny's, gonna give in, and it doesn't sound like they wanna drop the lawsuit either. So,
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
you know, that's the thing. Titan's weak. Demira knows it. So
yeah,
there's no reason for Demira to settle.
right.
It's better, just suck Titan dry in the courtroom and
Mm,
drag it out.
Mhm.
yeah.
And, if they
Yep.
end up losing, Demira I think they can handle if they lost it. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. But, Titan in the meantime might be bankrupt by the time, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And that to me though, I don't understand how they can show a loss. The book basically never came out. You know what I mean? It really got
Yeah.
stopped. So there's no
Right.
damage.
Yeah.
Right, they collected all the books and all, so they're trying to, like, basically sue on, like, some corporate, like, espionage, kinda not espionage, but that's not too hard of a word, but harsh of a word, but chicanery or whatever. But you're right, when in terms of damages, it's not like before this lawsuit, Titan wasn't tied to it, so it wasn't their good name being coming bad because they didn't publish it. So it would be Demira's name that would be bad. I don't know.
Well, I guess they're saying that they ripped off Stephanie. So
Yeah.
that's why
Ripped
they're
off their
suing.
book, yeah.
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 Oh, there you
But
go.
there's no
Yeah,
damage.
she's the talent. She's their quote unquote
Right.
intellectual property, and so they basically stole from her. But you're right, though, in terms of damages, the damages would be that it's just a crappy book, that they didn't make any they wouldn't have probably made any money on it anyway, but they knew that already. So, I don't know, I just think it's just kind of dumb. It's just kinda dumb, honestly,
Yeah.
because I don't know, do you guys agree? I
This is
just
the
Yeah, it's
stupid and
not the most
horrible.
pressing storyline,
No.
really,
well,
right now
I just think
that I
that
care about. Yeah.
I think it's partly because it's hard to, I mean, again, I'm glad that Kate had, like,
Airtime.
this storyline with Xander, but I just and with Titan, but I just, it didn't sit well with me either. I mean, I'm not, like, angry because I know it's a character and it's a story, but I didn't like the way they treated Kate's character in the situation, or wrote Kate's character in the situation, but anyway, that's pretty much, and I loved her jacket, but,
Mhm.
I would have to comment on that. But yeah, I don't know. I hope it doesn't break him up, but maybe they'll decide that Kate needs to be out of the pub more, though. Maybe as a compromise, it's like, okay, obviously we're spending too much time in the pub together, so I'm gonna go work at Titan more hours during the week, and then we'll see Kate more at Titan and less at the pub. Anyway, but I mean, obviously, I hope they stay together. So, anyway, so that's my take.
Yeah, Marlena's not too happy with her either.
No.
Yeah,
No, she doesn't wanna
yeah.
work with her
Oh,
anymore.
yeah, where who was it that said, "I hear you 2 are gonna be working together," or something? Was it Roman? It was Roman, yeah, they
Yeah.
were walking back into the pub,
Yes.
and Marlena said, "Well, we're still working that out." And the way she said it, it sounded like she was pretty pissed too. And then if Roman and Marlena, if they haven't already, if they get to talking about it, she can't say things that Xander has said in therapy, but she knows what she knows, and so, yeah, it could be, but I don't want it pulling those 2 together because first of all, they're boring, Marlena and Roman are boring, but also I don't want Katie to be hurt by,
And I don't want
long term.
Roman
What's
to
that?
be the second choice either.
Yeah, right.
He deserves better.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the Marlena-Xander fight was pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Because
enjoyed
he was
that.
trying to force Kate on her, and yeah, she wasn't having it. And I thought it was good because I think Marlena was drinking the Kool-Aid and thinking Xander changed completely. And the thing is too, though, people are different in business and in personal life. Because I've worked with the biggest assholes and bitches in the world, and I'm like, "How the hell are you married with kids? Like, who can stand you?"
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
But
Yeah.
I don't know, because I'm the same person at work, just like I'm the same person here, the same person I
Yeah.
am with my family. Like, there's
Yeah.
really, believe it or not, there's not a bad, evil Carrie.
That's good to know. We were a little worried about it for a while.
I mean, yeah, I have a temper and stuff, but you really have to trigger it pretty bad, you know? But, that's the thing. I mean, my fiancé knows the same Carrie as my ex coworkers did. That it's the same
Right.
person. Xander's one of those people that he just loses all of his morals as a CEO.
Hey, Victor, do
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
just want to see, like, they don't seem, they're supposed to be all on the same team and all working. They should all have their sleeves rolled up and be at that office and working their butts off to make that company, stay afloat and get better. And I don't see any new idea. Now, Gabby is trying to maybe say, hey, maybe we could work together with Gabby Chic. It's doing so well. And, maybe that's an avenue or whatever. But it just seems like their
Mm.
main business model is not working right now. Perhaps because for a long time it was crooked
Yep.
and they tried to make it mainstream for, in the
Mhm.
last several years, but I don't know.
Well, the thing is too, they're also in publishing and print,
Right.
and
Yeah.
that's a dying art form.
Yeah.
It's not gonna come back. It's gonna be retired. I mean, if they said something like, "Hey, we're not publishing anymore, everything's gonna be online, and maybe we're gonna come out with a subscription model or something," that would make more sense as a logical move. But yeah, but we don't know what they're doing as a company, other than
But
they
yeah, yeah. And Xander made a point about Kate being with John, and she has the business knowledge, plus she has the fashion knowledge, and she also ran it before. So, she is the logical choice, but
Right.
it just doesn't want her for personal reasons because
Yeah.
of Johnny. So, and then she brought up the point, or Xander must have brought out the point about the point about Brady too, about fire. Oh, he had to fire Brady, and she said the only reason you fired Brady because he was dating your ex-wife. So
Yeah.
she, so they
Maybe
both got
it's
kind of
time for
digs in
him to
both of
find
them.
a new therapist.
Well,
That's
Yes.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
isn't Marlena being a little hypocritical? She does not want to work with
No.
Kate for personal reasons, but yet
Right.
he wants Brady to work with Xander, but Xander fired him for personal reasons.
For reasons. Yeah,
Yeah, I
same.
mean,
Right.
yeah. Brady
Hypocrisy in
definitely
Salem never happens.
Well, no, never.
Yeah, Brady
It's
overstepped the
everywhere.
boundaries. Xandri has a right to be upset. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Anna, I don't know if you know or not, Xander told Marlena that Kate's iconic.
Oh, well, I'm definitely I had to skip over some of that, but I'm gonna go back and watch that whole now that you guys have told me, some of it. I'm like, ooh, this sounds juicy, but I love it. I want to see Marlena's reaction. I
Yeah,
love it.
but he was saying John basically wasn't doing the fashion part of Basic Black. I mean, that's true.
True,
He was
yeah.
doing the business part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Well, I think it would be interesting to see Marlena work with Kate or Kate work with Marlena on
Mhm.
some of that. I think that would be very interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if they had a Basic Black storyline and then, who are the designers, Have Anna Demira come in to do
Yes.
design.
Yeah.
Of
There you
course,
go.
then that would be a conflict because Demira,
Her
but
and
yeah.
Tony. That would be
Right.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
can have, we have all these divas in one business. I mean, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But they won't it makes sense and it won't happen.
Right.
It's what the
That's where
fans
remember
want,
how
so
we
they
used
won't
to
do.
remember how we frequently used to say Salem is where opportunities go to die or something
Yep.
like that.
Yeah. They don't listen to the fans.
No, no. Okay. So we could stick with the Kiriakis family. Brady and Sarah went to another rage room, like one Marianne's in right now.
Yes.
It was sad. But they were
It gave
divas.
them a little bit of life though, kinda like
Yeah.
made them not seem as boring a little bit.
Was there any after rage room sex? Maybe
Not yet.
that's what they need.
No.
Maybe that's what they
I
need to
thought
get
that's where
things.
they were going, but no, they didn't.
No, not even that. Even the rage room doesn't get them going. You might have a problem if
Yeah, unless we're going to see that later, but we didn't see it on Friday's show, so no.
Yeah.
You have a new girlfriend, but you'd rather binge watch a show than have sex with her again.
Yeah, that's a little odd.
Yeah.
What cracked me up though is they're hitting tires, and I'm like, nah, that's not what I would aim for. And then
Yeah.
she was going after a DVD player and beating it and beating it and beating it and not leaving a scratch on it.
No,
And it was
yeah.
kind of obvious somebody broke it for her because then later they showed her hitting it again. It was already broken. It was, and same thing with Eric Martzoff. He really wasn't breaking anything either.
Ugh.
No, he was hitting a punching bag. He should have got gloves on and hit the punching bag. We just hitting it with a bat.
Yeah, really punch it or kick it or do something. And at the end, I think they just
And this
swooped
was
off.
Brady. This is Brady and Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why don't they recommend this to Xander? It sounds like it'd be the perfect place for an outlet
Well,
for him.
they were both venting over their, exes or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, although Sarah really didn't have much Xander really didn't do what he got in an argument with Johnny, but Johnny approached him first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that much of an argument. They really weren't yelling. In fact, Johnny was more confrontational than Xander was.
Uh-huh.
But Brady had more of a reason because Kristen forbid Marlena from seeing Rachel.
It's ridiculous.
But Sarah, they have to make these things up to make Xander look bad. And half the time, I don't think he would. I don't think it was as big of a deal as they're
Like so excited to take Victoria to the
Yeah,
zoo
she's cute.
and then
She is
reminds me of
adorable.
dinner
my daughter.
afterwards
Yeah.
and stuff. Is it the new girl?
It's what's
that
the new
plays
girl? Yeah, she's older.
Oh.
She's about 4.
Yeah, I saw some stuff online. She's super talented. She's like a child musical prodigy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think she just
Yeah.
turned 5, so probably when they taped that, she was still 4. She was like,
Wow.
because they're 8, 9 months behind, so she was only like 4 at the time. So yeah, she's cute.
Yeah. I was telling my mom about her, and I was, seeing videos on her, and you were saying, well, I think she plays violin and all this stuff too. And I'm like, this girl's not gonna last long on days. Someone's
No.
gonna snatch her up.
Oh no.
Yeah. She plays concert pianist, violinist, and vocalist, and now actress too. So it's like, oh man, yeah.
And my mom was really upset that Thomas got recast. I said, Mom, that kid's booked and busy. I said, he was
Yeah.
at the
And we
Oscars.
know why. He's
Yeah.
really good. The new Thomas is going to take some time.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but
He didn't
Charlotte still has it. This girl who plays Charlotte, and no, I'm not hating. She's a kid. She's nothing wrong with her. But as a human being, but she still doesn't know how to act. And she's been doing this character for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of her life, she's been doing this
She's
character.
just not into acting.
She doesn't really have, she's, cute. She's fine as far as
Wonder
all
why
that,
they
but
can't find anyone else. I don't know.
she
It's
just
odd.
doesn't have, she just doesn't seem to be very into it. Yeah. Almost like maybe she's got a stage parent or something, but I'm not casting aspersions because I don't know. I don't know any of that, but.
Right.
Well, speaking of
What are we-
child actors, the Kunitz twins that played Johnny when he was little.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just turned 21.
Oh my
My
gosh.
God.
I feel
Yeah.
old.
Yeah, they're the same age as my youngest son. So yeah,
Oh my
it
goodness.
just popped up.
God.
They just turned
When they're
21.
like 4 or 5.
And your boys really liked the Johnny character when they were little. With
Yeah,
Grandpa
they were
Nona.
my sons loved Stefano, Sammy, EJ, and the Johnny
Johnny.
twins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Are they still acting?
Yeah, but they changed their looks. They don't look like each other a lot. Like one of them grew out his hair.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably smart for acting.
But how
Back
did
then
your-
it was helpful because they need to change out the kids because they have,
Right.
certain requirements for screen time and time on the set. But as you get older, if you're trying to have any kind of career, unless there's a plot about your evil twin or something, it's probably a good idea to have different looks. What was it? Griffin?
Yeah, Griffin. I
And-
can't remember the other one's name.
Starts with an A, maybe? Aaron and Griffin?
Oh yeah, I think Aaron's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're right. So no, they're still acting. Yeah, good for them. Okay, I think that's it with Xander. But yeah, that little girl, she's gonna be a star. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
So speaking of little ones, we have a new baby on the cast. So it was in the episode Friday, but Joy showed up with her baby, and I read somewhere it's a little girl, and her name is Kelsey Wesley Kyriakis. I believe that's the name. Yeah,
Kelsey Kyriakis. Oh.
KK.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, they didn't show her at the end, right? They just showed Joy?
Yeah.
Just Joy.
Yeah, the baby, yeah, they didn't show the baby yet. But the baby's in the promo. Yeah.
Just when Alex and Stephanie are just getting it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even as grossed out as I was, I don't know. I just don't find, I don't know. I'd rather see Tony and Anna maul each other than those two.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And I like them. It's not that I don't like them. They're just, I don't know.
And what are
I
Steve
used
and
to like
Kayla
them.
thinking?
I don't know. That was
What is who thinking?
Steve and
Steven.
Kayla. They gave a traumatized woman a gun.
A gun.
Boy.
Don't get me
Not
started. About
good.
Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
they
The
could
one-
have gave her maybe a weapon or something else that make her feel a little better. Yeah, I don't
Well,
think
even a
comparing to her-
Berna. Something
Isn't the
like a
big thing
Berna.
about mental illness, you don't sell somebody or give somebody a gun with a mental problem.
Yeah.
There lies the problem.
Yep.
They're just like enforcing that. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. That was
Well, and
that
it
was not the
seems
way to
like
go.
there are other options that would help
Plus,
her to feel
she
protected
didn't
and more
listen to
powerful.
Steve.
Nope.
She's not doing what she's supposed to as a gun owner, which
Well,
happens a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do not put a loaded gun in your living room in the bottom
Jeez.
In her
drawer.
purse. And he told her to keep them separate, you know.
Yeah.
When you
Oh, so is the new Joy baby gonna be handling the gun or something? You know,
No, I don't know. I don't think that baby's
where
that old. I don't
She's
know.
not old enough, I don't
no
think.
What? Yeah.
clear. There's gonna be
No,
something where
we're
somebody's
setting up
gonna.
now because the first thing that come to mind now, who's Stephanie going to shoot
Yep.
Yeah,
by mistake?
probably Jeremy. No,
Maybe Joy,
by accident.
but that might not be by accident. I don't know.
Oh boy, yeah, good point.
Yeah, but anyway,
Yeah, we can see this train wreck coming.
Yep.
yeah, I see the plot. I understand the plot. Why he gave her the gun? I mean, there's going to be further story.
There are enough
That's where they
mentally
come in.
unstable people that manage to somehow get guns on their own, whether on the
Yeah, and like stationed there
underground,
as a PI, as a PI.
illegally or some other method. But then, or they don't get caught through the system,
Yeah,
when
and even as a
detectives-
father.
Uh,
Jeez.
I
Anyway,
know.
Yeah, I
And you
really
would think, since he's such a responsible gun owner, you would think that he would understand.
well,
I
yeah,
mean,
and
he
he's been
did
around
try
him all
to
his
talk her
life.
out of it.
yeah.
It was part of
Maybe
his
he's-
job.
Maybe
Yeah.
he's doing the thing where he thinks, okay, I'll take her to the gun range and I'll show her how to do it,
Mhm.
and she's gonna lose interest or she's gonna start feeling bad. I don't know.
And I think that they both thought it was gonna give her peace of mind too. I think
Yeah.
that he's coming from it from that angle too, and not thinking,
So I'd be worried.
yeah, and just anything to make her feel safer, which she told Alex that she did, that she slept for time that she had slept really well. Which I guess
Well,
there is some kind of a psychological thing to that, knowing that,
Yeah.
if
Well-
she has something to protect her if somebody comes
Right.
after her again.
Yeah,
But there
I
are
really-
less lethal ways of doing it
Yep.
than
Yeah,
that.
well, yeah.
Taser.
Well, there's a thing called a Berna it still can incapacitate someone, but it doesn't
Yeah.
kill them.
Or even self-defense classes,
Yeah.
something like that.
Anyway, so we all know
But
this is
anyway,
going to be
But yeah, that's why they're setting up something to happen, is what
Now,
I
what I'm wondering is, isn't Jeremy supposed to be isn't the actor supposed to be off the show this month? And yet the character sounds like he's staying in Salem for now.
so far.
Yeah.
I think there's a preview coming up that shows Jeremy kissing Stephanie.
Ooh.
Okay.
Did I see that in the promo or something?
Yeah,
Boy, I was so who thought that Alex was going to come back early since he dumped the kid off with Mama, Mama Chanel, and came back home earlier than planned? Who thought he was going to walk in on them then? I thought he
Yep.
was.
I thought it
That's
was
what's
too.
gonna
but it
happen.
didn't. Yeah, he had gone by that time. Yes, I did too.
Especially since
They
Stephanie
fooled
was
us.
like, I realized I made some mistakes, talking with you. I realized,
Right.
I've been really, she didn't use the word mercurial, but she and he were both talking about how he's like, well, I yelled at Julie about something stupid and I got irritated about something else. He goes, so I'm going through it too. So he's like, it's totally normal to have unusual reactions after something as traumatizing as this. But, and then she's like, yeah, she's like, well, and I felt Alex was being unreasonable, but then honestly, I was. So the way the dialogue was written, it sounded like she's totally come around and sees and is going to apologize to Alex, which she did. But I thought for sure Alex was going to walk through the door and catch them. So now it's
Yeah.
going to be he's going to catch them another time, or he's going to catch them. He's going to find, Jeremy's wallet or some stupid thing, something, at the house and be like, how did this get here?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Actually, I'm liking Jeremy now.
Yeah.
Because see,
I
they're
think it was
redeeming him.
totally
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
think it was
You like him a lot then. Yeah.
storyline and writing, because gosh, we all hated him before.
Yep.
Oh, right.
But they managed to redeem the character.
Yeah.
And the guy who's playing him, I found him to be actually really rootable now. So I'm kind of sad if he really does leave. I kind of like him being in Salem, but but
Yeah.
that Thomas kid that he was so close to the young man, and he was so good with the little kid that played Thomas before, and I don't know that I can see that happening with the new one yet.
Yeah.
What about the new Chad?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I
Wow.
like him right away.
It's crazy though. There were times when I thought he sounded just like old Chad.
I
There
mean,
were
he's
times when
believable as Chad. Just,
Huh?
yeah. He's believable as Chad.
Well,
Yeah.
he is. It's like literally
Very
like
nice looking. I mean, they could be
very
brothers.
nice looking, very, very good, very solid, great actor.
Yeah.
Thought the casting was great. And I don't know
He looks like a
really.
DiMera. He looks more like a DiMera.
Yeah.
He looks more, not sinister, but looks more like a DiMera.
Yeah.
It's more of a presence, I think.
Yeah.
Like Billy
maybe
Flynn.
so.
I mean, I liked him.
I like Billy Flynn too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they've been doing good casting jobs, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I'm on board. I'm on board
Yeah.
with new Chad. Remember how we had new
New
John
Chad.
and
New Chad.
NU and then JAWN
New John.
for the
Yeah.
pawn, John and
Yeah.
the pawn. So
John
now
the
this is
John.
new Chad and you.
Yeah. Especially since Billy Flynn was in that role for a long time.
12
To
years
have
or
somebody
something.
come in.
Yeah.
Probably 10 years, maybe. I don't know. It's been a long time or more.
10
Yeah.
or 12, I think, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, and so basically Chad saw Cat at the square and Thomas flipped out, wasn't too happy about it. Yeah.
Also, Cat got a new wardrobe a while
Oh,
back.
I
and
like that
she's-
dress. I mean, she
Even
wore
Leo
that
was
wore that
like,
to
even
work.
Leo was like, "Damn, girl,
What? What's
You
that?
You don't bare your midriff at work. You don't show your tummy.
Was
Yeah.
It
it
was
work
totally inappropriate,
That
but
would not work.
Yeah, but yeah. I like the dress.
especially at a
but yeah,
hospital.
Yeah.
Especially at a hospital. but-
Yeah. Like, I don't want to see your belly button at the hospital.
Well-
Cover that up, please.
That's funny. But
Hmm.
I mean, she definitely has it. They definitely worked on changing the aesthetics of the character some. I think because
her
the EJ,
wardrobe has definitely progressed.
yeah, they've definitely in the last while, yeah. But
It's like a Gabby.
Yeah.
what about are Gwen and EJ's interactions on your list, Carrie?
Yeah, he kicked her out
Those are
of the
good.
house.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my gosh,
she ends
he
up
was
in a
hysterical. I
Yeah.
could have watched that all day with those two.
Them two
Yeah,
need
they're
to get
great.
together.
Yes.
I like yes. Gwen and EJ.
Even if
Yeah.
it's that hate sex, I'd be on
Yeah,
board.
they need to yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yes, Gwen ends up getting a hotel room across from Leo, and
Leo.
EJ's not happy about that. She thinks
Yeah.
Leo's gonna be snooping on her. It's like, well, you kicked her out of the mansion. This is kind of your fault.
Yeah, he kicked her out because Xander's snooping around, and then he pays for her to be in a hotel room in which Leo is right across the hall.
Yep.
Well, there's only 2 rooms, and that's
I know
Only
that's
2
true.
rooms. Everybody
The
stays in
famous
the same
Salem
2
Inn.
rooms.
I mean, there's everybody's DNA from Salem is in either
I
of
was,
those
I
2
was gonna
rooms.
say those beds could talk.
Hopefully, they change the sheets a lot in there.
God, I
'cause-
hope so.
Yeah.
Like, hopefully every day or something.
my
Every
goodness.
new client.
Yeah, so and then Rafe, and for some reason or another, everybody thinks Abigail was the one in the pod. So Rafe and Kat assumed that, and Chad confronted EJ, and of course EJ denied it.
Yeah.
But he was a little squirrely about it, like maybe it was a possibility.
That there's more that he could bring
that there's
more to
people. Yeah.
that mirrors back.
Well, also like with So is
Good.
part of his plot, like, I mean, we know the angle where he wants to make billions of dollars off of the medication that, or the, whatever this concoction is that Ralph came up with. We know that that's one of the big end games, but also, is he going to try to have Lexi be voting? Like, if she managed to show up for the reading of the will or whatever it might be,
Right.
you know how they're
That
always
leaves Abe
going
out.
they're always going around with, "Oh, how many shares or votes do you have
Yeah.
versus me," or what. I lose track of who's got what, and they haven't talked about it, I don't think, too much lately, but that always comes into place when they're deciding who the CEO is gonna be or whatever, and so I'm like, "Okay, is she gonna kinda be, no pun intended from my earlier comment about the pawn, is she gonna be, we know she's not gonna be a nice Lexi, but is she gonna be conspiring with EJ? Or is she going to be a creation gone rogue like Frankenstein, where she
Wild
starts
card.
Could be. I think,
lining up with
be that.
Kristen or whatever? I don't know. But
Yeah.
I just wonder, because that would be awfully interesting if they have anything like divvying up the assets and stuff. And it's like, well, there's one more sibling that we need to worry about. Who? Who are you talking about? Well, come
Well,
on in, Lex.
yeah. Yeah. I think there was, then DJ said there was a codicil to the will that
Yeah,
Stefano,
and Theo's the
and he took
executive now.
Theo's the executor, not EJ now. So yeah, that's a big thing too. So I don't know. Lexi might have something to do with maybe she takes over Demira
Yeah, because
from Johnny.
her medical skills are probably a little rusty, and she's probably lost her license and everything, so that'd be a lot of
Yeah.
work, and she might not, since her brain's not been used for a while, might not be,
Yeah,
PR-wise, like, "Yeah, I wanna go to a doctor who's been
I
in
think
a
she's gonna
coma
be
for."
trouble all around somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
When Benji's son got mentioned.
Yes.
What?
Yeah,
doesn't
Benji's son got
Stephen
mad.
Hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought maybe they forgot about, because they kept saying who's all, the heirs and stuff. So he's not going to be there, but he's still considered
Yeah.
an heir.
Yeah,
Wow.
and Stefano had Marlena in the will.
Yes. That's interesting.
Wow.
As a beneficiary,
Yes.
because Abe's like a beneficiary. Yeah. And they were explaining the difference between the beneficiary and the heir. Yeah.
Well, speaking of Demira's, Chris and EJ were fighting. Basically, EJ said she was a bad mother and she slapped him.
Yeah, he's right. She is a bad mom. She
You're
thinks
third.
she's good, but she's not. I mean, he told her exactly, and even Brady said, she doesn't do it in the best interest of Rachel, like she always said.
Right.
No, she doesn't. So even Brady said the same thing to Marlena.
Yeah.
Kristen thinks that she does, but no.
That poor kid did not have a chance.
No.
And I don't think they have a chance either, but for some reason, Theo was writing in his journal about Gabby and left it
Oh, yeah.
on the table at the pub and just had it covered up with a menu, and she read it, but lied to him and said she didn't read it. So she realizes Theo has a crush on her.
And that's why she wants to go from Demira to Titan now. Remember? Theo wanted her to come on board with Demira, but then she went to
Titan.
I can understand if she wants to have Titan work with her because she's with Philip, but to me, as a businesswoman, I would not want to have ties with a company that she knows has financial problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be with either one of them.
So for how long?
She should be on her own. That's just what Tony said, that she could have her own business and not be tied to either.
So she was fighting about for years to
Right.
have her own business out from under the clutches of a big corporation,
Right.
and have the full control of her brand.
But she's just looking for distribution, though. She's looking
Yeah.
for this is not
Well,
not
they
giving
could
up
they
on
could have a distribution or
Yeah.
a licensing agreement. They don't need for her to be,
Yeah.
and it's also in competition in a way, unless you bring it under the same umbrella in some way. It's competition with Basic Black as well, unless they're totally different, probably aesthetics and
Yeah.
everything, but still, I don't know.
Yeah. Johnny and Chanel. And these couples kind of drive me crazy. Between Alex and Stephanie and Johnny and Chanel, there's just no communication at all. And Johnny schedules a mammogram for her behind her back.
No, he scheduled the appointment with Sarah.
With Sarah. Yeah, and then Sarah turned around and did the mammogram because Sarah felt the lump too.
Yeah.
So, but I can't even imagine a man setting an appointment for me unless you're incapacitated or that's just weird.
Men
sorry.
don't even set their own appointments for themselves.
He's now.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny has always been
You have to push
hypersensitive.
them to go to the doctor.
He's been hypersensitive though about her particular medical
He's a yeah.
history and everything.
Yeah.
So I can understand him being like,
can
"Hey,
understand.
family friend,
Because
can
she's
you get her
pushing
in?"
it aside. Yes.
Yeah. And she's still pregnant with a
She's
baby.
scared.
She's busy and she's scared.
Yeah.
She's
So
worried there is something wrong, so she doesn't know. But that's not the way you should go. Yeah. I don't know. So I don't know. I hope that's not the way they're going to write her off.
Yeah.
yeah, that would piss me off.
hope that would, yes. And also with speaking of that, like it sounds like Kristen wants Sophia to kill Johnny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that Kristen is setting Sophia up? She wants to get back at EJ, but she also wants to get back at Sophia.
Yeah.
So if you think if she not to kill Johnny, but somehow to set her up, and then all of a sudden,
Kind of kill two birds with
like
one stone.
frame her for the attempted murder of
I
Johnny.
don't know.
That she goes, I
Could
don't know,
be. That's a good angle. I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
because I'm thinking, why does she want to kill Johnny? Because like that's her
That's
nephew.
just ridiculous.
Yes, I mean EJ, messed with her daughter, but it didn't kill her daughter. But yeah, that's what I was just thinking. But she also wants she wants to get back at Sophia.
Yeah.
So is that a way to really get her in trouble and now this time send her to jail?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
so.
and we also know that Kristen's going to be leaving Salem at some point for
Yeah.
at least a
I don't
while
think that
because
either. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they going to do with her? What's going to happen to Kristen?
yeah.
Yeah. Good question.
Yeah. And next week, Amy tells Brady that she has a suicide note in her hand. Yeah. So what's that about? Did Sophia write it or did Kristen write it? Or yeah, that's very strange.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, Tate and Sophia got into a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed that because I fast forwarded, but I'm going to go back and see it. But I saw them talking.
And Leo and Hobby had a few interactions. Leo was trying to figure out if he could find out who the choreographer was. But I
Yeah.
guess it is right in Texas.
See, and that I didn't understand that because when Javi said he was, I thought he said it was
here
a local
in Salem.
Yeah.
in Salem.
Thought it was in Salem.
That was bizarre to me. I don't know.
I think he's still making it up. I don't think he's with
I
it.
think he is too. Well, I
Yeah.
thought he was.
Yeah.
And then Leo asked him out just like for coffee or lunch or whatever. And Hobby's like, no. So like he doesn't want to be friends.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I also like Leo and Gwenny's
Yes.
interactions.
Yeah.
Matty.
Matty.
That was funny. And then when Kat sees them and she's like, "Oh my gosh, are you back together? Are you friends again?" And Gwen's like, "Absolutely not."
Yeah.
But they kind of are. I mean, Emily O'Brien, that's her name, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She is so good. And when the writing is good, and I have a feeling she and Dan loved those scenes with
Yeah.
EJ.
EJ,
I mean, I felt like Dan was having so much fun with EJ that day when he was going after, he was explaining how he was kicking her out and stuff. He just seemed like he was having way too much
Yeah.
fun.
Oh yeah.
And he can be very cute when he's like that. I forget how mean EJ can be when he's really
He
funny
makes
like
those
that.
funny faces. I like his scenes with Kristen and EJ too when they go
Yes.
at it. Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need a rage room. I just need my main characters to be in fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't any fighting, but Lonnie was back this week and she reunited with Chanel and Kristen. And honestly, I don't remember anything about this conversation.
The main thing I remember is her dress. I loved her dress.
Yeah.
Her love,
dress.
she
It
looked
was
great in that dress.
She looked fabulous. But so apparently they sold their house way faster than they expected for more money than they thought they would.
That's why she's
So Eli's still in DC or wherever
mm-hmm.
wrapping some things up before he transfers. And so she thought they'd go ahead and come to Salem and mooch off of Julie. But I didn't mean that. I mean, Julie loves them. She wants them there. But
now she has a really full house now. Everybody.
Yeah. Maybe Jeremy leaves because he's sick of all these kids running around.
Like 4 little kids now running around.
Yeah. He's probably like, I need some sanity. I got to get out of here.
Are they trying to replace Johnny and Chanel with Eli and
Well, that's what I thought when
I
you
don't get that.
when we first heard about this, that was immediately what I thought because we had
But
heard that
yeah.
Lonnie and Eli were coming back, and the next thing we know, those two are fired or like let go or whatever,
Yeah.
along with Tate and Holly. And I'm just like, I don't get it because you're not going to
They're not.
substitute.
No, they're not. I don't know. I don't think they're as fan favorite as Johnny and Chanel are. At least I
No,
see it
no.
either. I never.
I mean,
They were
I
I'm
like
okay,
fine
Eli
but
and Lonnie better.
I never missed them. I didn't miss them.
that they've come back. I just
Yeah,
think,
it's nice when they come
you
back.
know, I just think I would much rather see the sister relationships and the mom with the girls and stuff and the
Right.
grandbabies. I love that kind of stuff. You know, it doesn't even have to be a big storyline. I just like seeing them interact. But if they're gonna have some sort of like sad, you know, story about Chanel leaving or, you know, I don't know, dying or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know where they're
I
going.
don't know. I just don't like it. I hope it's temporary. I hope it's a thing of them rotating storylines. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just ugh, so frustrating. I hope they're getting a lot of fan feedback that they're pissed off about that.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So spoilers for next week. We have, like I said, Joy, Alex, and the baby. Gabby threatens Liam to stay away from Ari. So finally, someone realizes Liam's too old for Ari. Stephanie does target practice. Jerry moves in to kiss Stephanie. But I mean, she does part her lips like she's going to receive the kiss, but you know, I don't think she goes through with it. Javi collapses at the hospital, and Sophia sprays Johnny in the face with some sort of liquid. So yeah, I don't
Oh
know.
boy.
And we still
Yeah.
don't have the Demira. Well,
Yeah, what is up with nothing next week either? And I thought that's the longest tomorrow because EJ said tomorrow's the will reading. This is the longest day
Yeah.
because I don't think there's anything next week either, huh? It
They're
doesn't.
waiting for Tony to get back from another
They're
trip.
still waiting for Tony to get
Well,
back from that. I don't know. Maybe it's the week after that. I don't know.
yeah, there was nothing I saw in the spoilers, but I mean, they released that spoiler pic of them all dressed up in the living room, and
Yeah.
so I assumed it was coming out soon.
I think that's who's the actor that played. What's his first name? Connor? Is that his first name?
Yeah.
That plays Chad. I think he put it up on his Instagram or something. So it was the new photo.
It was an awkward looking photo, though. I think they could
It
have.
was.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah, I
find that
think-
to be too? Okay. Thought it was.
Yeah, I thought Teo and Sherry looked kind of odd in the photo.
Yeah. They didn't have them centered.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean,
Or someone's missing that should have been there. Like I thought maybe Johnny should have been there.
yeah,
You don't-
Anna should have been there too. Yeah,
Yeah. It's like missing that day. And it was like a hurry up photo shoot. Like they just go anywhere and just sit. Although Tony should have been on the couch and Theo should have been in the back by Gabby. But anyway, that's just me.
yeah, it was a weird picture, but yeah. All right, ladies. Tomorrow I'll do some editing. I'm going to put, for anybody who's going to listen to this later, I'm going to put links to all of our Pat interviews too. So if anybody wants to listen to it,
That's a great idea.
yeah, or if you wherever you listen to him, you could just type in Pat Muldoon in the search bar. It should come up. But yeah, make it easier on everybody. But I recommend everybody listen to him. It's like I've said it a million times. Pat to me was our best guest. He was freaking hysterical. I was the one interview. I was laughing like an hour and a half later, just bursting out laughter. He just cracked me up. He killed me. So yeah, to me that he's always been our best guest. All right. Anybody have anything else before we take off for the night?
No, I don't think so.
All righty. Well,
All right.
see everybody next week.
Yeah.
And the Penguin's still in it.
Awesome.
We're still in
Oh,
it.
yeah.
We got three
We
more
got
to
three
go.
more to go.
We just have to win
Three
3
more
more
to go.
times.
3 in a row.
You
Hey,
can do it.
Awesome.
it's happened. I don't know in hockey. I know it's happened in baseball. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know about hockey.
All right.
All right. Good night,
Okay.
everybody.
Take
All
care.
right. Bye.
Bye bye.